until the map ran out of road.
On est quel jour?
Past the lights that made a single sound. So nothing now out there
To capture the
knew
sound.
I'd come around. Rain has held this town since long before. They sold it teeth and the buses came for more. Every face out front was someone's ghost, and none of them asked what I wanted most.
There's a deer over there.
Quiet is not silent, quiet is not kind, quiet is the sound.
Hello, I'm Piper. This is Forks, Washington, the town made famous by Twilight. And this is the last Tesla Supercharger before the quietest place in the United States of America. In Olympic National Park, a sound ecologist marked 1 square inch of ground. They say 15 minutes can go by without a single human sound, not even a plane. So, I brought this. This is a decibel meter. It tells you how loud something is. There's no zero on it. It goes to low, and low represents 30 dB. That's about the sound of a whisper. I've been measuring everything. My apartment, downtown Vancouver, even this Tesla Supercharger. But here's the thing. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos about this place, and no one lets you hear it. There's always this music on top of every video.
Everything I came to you.
And in the gaps between the music, rain, river, wind, that doesn't sound like silence to me. So, is it loud in there? Or is it actually really quiet? Nobody's videos let me hear it. This show was never just about electric cars. The EV is just a vehicle, and this one is about what quiet actually is. I don't think you've heard quiet in a while, and I don't think I have either. And when I get to the quiet part, I'm turning off all the music. You'll hear exactly what I hear. When was the last time that you heard nothing? Welcome to Piper Unplugged.
Quiet is not silent, quiet is not kind. Quiet.
Oh, and watch until the end, because I'm gonna give you a whole bunch of fun facts about vampires.
Quiet is not silent, quiet is not kind. Quiet is the sound of what we left behind. Let the whole thing fall, and you will hear it coming for us all.
This is Bella's truck from the Twilight movie. Yeah, the exact same. The thing is, did you know that actually they didn't film any of the Twilight movies here in Forks? No. They were actually filmed in Oregon and in Vancouver. This is where I'm from, Vancouver. This is where I live. This looks like it's not good to drive anymore.
Quiet is not silent.
We made it to the trail's entrance. It is Wednesday morning. As you can hear, there's a little bit of traffic from people going to work, and there's this vent there. We're gonna take the first reading. Okay, when the big truck passes, we're about 70. When it's just cars, we're about 44, 50. Let's go. Deeper in the woods, we still hear cars, but also a little creek here. Some wildlife. There's still a bit of human pollution. We're going to go deeper in the forest. But let me give you a reading. Let's see. But if I stop talking completely and there's just the creek, a little bit of traffic, we're at about 50. Oh, you hear that? That's a plane. $62. $70. $73. This is a grown man apishuming? Sneezing. This is a grown man sneezing. The average man sneezes at about 80 dB. Did you know that the Guinness World Record for the loudest sneeze is 176 dB? Now we're gonna go even deeper because there's still too much pollution. Doesn't it just want to make you pee? Setting up the gear is one of the most important things. To capture the sound. First time I've worn any of this out here, never in the forest. It's not like listening, it's like somebody turned up the forest. Birds, water somewhere behind me. I couldn't hear any of this 10 minutes ago. None of it's new. It's been running the whole time. I just wasn't pointed at it. I don't think I've done one thing at the time in years. And none of this is for me. It happens out here all day, whether anybody's listening or not. Led us to this road, and there's not many vehicles on it. There's a lot more over there. I can still hear the traffic, and it's getting more dense, so we're going to take the reading right here. We're at about 34. Another plane. We're gonna still need to go deeper in the woods. I see the pad over there. Let's go. Hempton's square inch measured about 20 dB. Now, your typical library is close to 40 dB. Let's see what we get here. Low. My device only goes to 30, so anything below 30 doesn't get picked up. Oh, there's a deer over there. This is probably the lowest we're gonna get. They say there's cougars in this area, so I'm guessing that's their lunch. At the Tesla Supercharger, I told you I will let you hear it. No music, no noise, no nothing. Well, here it is. Put your headphones on. That's the sound of below 30 dB. Did you like it? Drop a comment. I came here not knowing what I would actually hear, because on top of all of these YouTube videos there was music. But what I hear right now is a lot of sounds of birds and Little crackling of wood maybe falling down from some of the trees. It's not very leafy, but there's a lot of moss everywhere. So I'm guessing that that acts as a damper, a bit like in a sound room or a music studio. By the way, if a tree falls in the forest, does anybody hear it?
If a tree falls in the forest, does anybody hear?
This is the sound of a delivery truck in my downtown Vancouver apartment. Now, these Cisco and Gordon trucks are always there. In the morning and the night, they wake you up. This is sound pollution to its best. And they deliver food for everybody. Yeah, no, we don't eat great food here in Canada. Let's hear it from outside. It's about 74 dB. Now, if I'm just standing inside in my bedroom and I'm trying to do something, how loud is it? 64. Almost 10 dB less. Now, let's try closing the window. (43 dB), which is a lot more reasonable if you have good windows, but even so, you can still hear it. I can't wait for all of these trucks to be completely electric. This is downtown Vancouver on the corner of Davie Street and Pacific. Motorcycle passing by is about 70 dB. Then when it's a red light on the 4 intersection, it's about 60, 65, and then as soon as the light goes green, it goes to about 70, 75 dB, depending on the type of vehicle. There was an EV there, almost didn't hear it, but then when there's an older car or a bigger truck like this, it goes back to 75.
I drove until the map ran out of road.
You can close your eyes, but you can't close your ears. There's no lids on them. Your ears actually act as an alarm system, so even when you sleep, they're always on. When you hear this guy yelling at 3 a.m., you might stay asleep, but the thing is, your body hears it, so your heartbeat actually accelerates, even though you sleep the whole entire night. Noise pollution doesn't just affect your ears. It affects your stress, your sleep, your focus, even your patience with others. And all of that affects your mental health. When I was deep in the forest, it wasn't silent. There was a whole bunch of other sounds. There was the birds, there was the water, there was also the wind, and even some squirrels. But there wasn't any human sounds. All of the sounds I was hearing were just nature. And that is actually what quietness is. Remember at the Tesla Supercharger when I asked you when was the last time that you heard nothing? Well, that's not the right question, because nothing doesn't really exist. Even in the quietest room on earth, you can hear your own blood. My city is loud because nobody ever tried to make it quiet. It's people going to work, buying things, even getting stuff delivered. And there's so little nature in cities. But we could make it quieter. More green spaces, better windows, quieter trucks, even quieter cars, just like my Tesla Model X. You don't hear it coming. This show was never just about electric cars. The EV is just a vehicle. And my Tesla is just one less loud thing in this city.
Quiet is not silent. Quiet is not kind. Quiet is the sound of what we love.
Did you know that every diner in Forks, well, there's no garlic in the food? That's because of the vampires. That's where Twilight is. It's right here in Forks. So vampires are safe. 5 fun facts about Forks, Washington. First things first, it's not really where Twilight was filmed. Second thing second, I mean, okay, it's in the book, but when the girl, Stephanie Meyer, wrote the book, she never actually came here. She looked it up on Google, and then came here like twice since then, but it's been years now. Third fun fact, vampires don't exist, right? You know that. Fourth fun fact, werewolves don't exist either, nor does the Sasquatch, but everywhere where there's forest, there's a Sasquatch. Are we at 5 now? Fifth fun fact, vampires don't drink beer. Hey, ici, downtown Forks, là, c'est-tu des polices fantômes ou bien des polices vampires?
Quiet is not silent. Quiet is not kind. Quiet is the sound of what we left behind. Let the whole thing fall, and you will hear it coming for us all. 6:30 at the gate and the chain's still on. That's all they saved and all they ever can. I put my hands of nothing against the saved and all they ever can. Waited on.